Hey, Viking fans. One thing Kewsi Adofo-Mensah did in the offseason was give us a shiny, brand new defense. I want to talk about how he did it in 3, 2, 1. Gather around, Skull brothers and sisters. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Skull World. Now, make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment. The reason I'm telling you that is because I'm giving away a gift card on the day of the Packer game. Right now, it's at $50. Give me to 600. Well, I'm already there. What do you know? So I'm giving 60 away. If I get to 700, I'm going to give 70 away on the day of the game of the Packers. Let's do it. Get me there. I appreciate it. You've done it. You got me to 600. I never thought I would get there this fast. It's awesome. Thank you. Hey, make sure you also subscribe to Purple Pocket Podcast. That's my boy, MC Rap over there. He's a Purple MLK. He's bringing all of the Viking fans together. And I also go live Tuesday nights, 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern on the Purple Code. That's also on Facebook, but it's also on YouTube and Twitter. So make sure you subscribe to that so you can, and ring the bell on all the channels. That way you don't miss a show. Now let's get started. I was motivated. I'm watching. I got the game on right now. I got the Bills game on right now. Even though you're probably gonna be watching this in the morning, the Bills Rams. I'm motivated. Let's do it. Let's go. I got Vikings in 3 days. I'm going to have the Vikings for like the next 5 months. I can't wait to watch every single minute of every single game. I love the purple. I was born into the Vikings. I'm going to die liking the Vikings. Loving them. Loving the Vikings. So I wanted to talk about Kewsi Adofo-Mensah. One of his tasks coming into this is revamping this Vikings defense. Obviously we had good defensive players, but he wanted to bring in a fresh defense, a fresh thought process on defense, something to turn this Viking franchise around. Not only did he bring in a new head coach to run it all, but an offensive mind that I don't think is going to meddle in the other side of the ball like Mike Zimmer did. Like he was mandating running the ball on the offensive coordinator. We ran through 5 offensive coordinators. Now we have a head coach as an offensive coordinator. And I don't think he's going anywhere for a very long time because I got high hopes for this dude. But what are we going to do with the defense? Well, what a great idea. Let's surround a young, offensive-minded head coach with veteran coaches on the defense. What a freaking great idea. I applaud it every time I talk about it. Man, Kewsi Adofo did the right thing. Now, obviously, this is Purple Hulk. Hashtag Purple Hulk. That's my mascot for my show. Ed Donatel brought him in. This guy's like 64 years old or something like that. He's coaching 41 years, like almost all of it in the NFL. His last stint was D coordinator for the Denver Broncos. He's up under the Nick Fangio coaching tree on defense. He's bringing that defense with him. They were 8th in yards last year and 3rd in points. And then the head coach got fired. And so Donatel needed a job. Lucky us, we got him. All right. So Donatel's bringing the defense. What did Kwesi have to do though? He had to revamp the defense. They bring the right players in to play a 3-4 defense. And and one of the things that is going to go unheralded is who we brought in to work with Donatel as an advisor. This man took the Packers to 3 NFC title games as a D coordinator. got fired because of fans were upset about the final drive of one of the playoff games. LaFleur, the Sally coach that he was, decides to just fire their defensive coordinator who had elite defenses for the Packers. And this move may have changed our Vikings' fate for the 2022 season. And that was bringing in Mike Pettine. He has been a head coach. He was the D coordinator for 3 years. He was an assistant, an advisor on the Bears, who had terrible personnel but still had a decent competitive defense. So he knows the NFC North. He's been on both the Packers and the Bears. He knows the personnel. And this move probably changed our fate. It's an unheralded move. Donatell was a great move. Pettine's a sneaky good one because it did something for us, and I'll talk about that in a little second. But we brought in Jonathan Bullard. Who's Jonathan Bullard, man? He's a journeyman, 28 years old, was playing the wrong position in college, was playing the wrong position in the pros. He wasn't a D tackle. He's a 3-4 defensive end. He's finally in the right spot. He had above average speed and quickness, but he also defends the run very well. And that was the worst thing that we did the past couple years, is we couldn't defend the run. Couldn't do it. We got ran all over the place. So we bring in a guy that beat out an Armand Watts, he's a better athlete than Armand Watts. Watts on last year's contract. He's now a Bear. Big deal. We got the better player here. I've talked about this. Is one of my biggest videos was talking about how we're not going to miss Watts because we got Bullard. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but he's going to surprise some people. I think he's a little dinged up right now. Hopefully he plays on against the Packers on Sunday. I'm thinking he will. He wasn't out of practice, but he was partially out. But the next guy who's got a bone to pick with a certain team in green, that's the Green Bay Packers. This is Shannnn Sullivan. Sneaky good pickup in the offseason. Had an elite 2019 season. He had 3 picks last year, I believe. I think that was. And playing the slot for the Green Bay Packers. Now, he gave up some high percentage of passes, but again, new year, new team. They were missing Jair Alexander last year, things like that. So the defense didn't play as good. But Shannnn Sullivan is a solid player, and the number one thing I love about this guy is he's super intelligent. Super intelligent. He knows how to defend. He knows how to defend, and he played under Pettine. And that's his number one situation right here. Is we got one of his old coaches. He went here and he said because of the culture and the opportunity, but the culture brought him here. What have I been saying is the Vikings are a destination franchise. We were able to bring in a nickel corner. Very flexible though. He can play the outside. He said he even played a little safety. But he's not short necessarily. He's like 5'11", but he's got decent size for a corner. He's got decent athletic ability. He didn't get drafted because at the combine he pulled a hammy before the combine, decided to participate in everything, and ran a 4.6. He later made that up, ran below 4.5, but he still went undrafted. But now he's an established veteran. He's got Patrick Peterson to learn from. He loves it. That was like one of his guys he looked up to, and he says, "Man, I watched that guy in high school." So Shannnn Sullivan's going to be a solid player in the nickel. I've underestimated him. I should have did an apology video on this guy, but watching Pete Bursich breakdowns of him on video, pretty good. Pretty good, solid player, very good technique, in the right place at the right time, very instinctive player. Maybe not an elite athlete, but that's why he's our nickel. I like this guy. Here's two people, Pettine and Shannnn Sullivan, that want to pay back the Green Bay Packers, and just wait for the last one. Then I got Jordan Hicks. We couldn't stop the run, so what did we do? We got a very instinctual, very good against the run, a high rate of tackling ability. He's had 140 tackles in the season. Dipped the last couple years, but still is over 100. And you know what? He had 5 picks one season, believe it or not. So he's not just a run stuffing linebacker. He's a little under 240. So and we went with super athletic, rangy linebackers, but Jordan Hicks can stop the run. He's had picks in his career. He's got like 11 in his career. Love this pickup when we did it. I thought, oh my God, what a great job. We needed to get to a 3-4. We were light on linebackers. We needed somebody. We can't be starting Jermaine Dye. Boom. We picked up Jordan Hicks. And then we drafted Asamoah. I was going to back this guy up, maybe replace him. Hicks maybe just a stopgap. Kendricks maybe just getting too old. Who knows what happens at the end of this year with contract situations. I still think really highly of Kendricks. I think really highly of Hicks. They're working well together. They like playing together. You know what? Stick around, man. Stick around. Asamoah can wait his day. But hey, Jordan Hicks was another solid move because we're trying to improve this defense, especially against the run. And what a pickup! It's gonna be an unsung pickup. The big guy, Harrison Phillips. I thought, good move. Now that I've seen him practicing, great move. Pierce, we tried to get him to stay. He didn't want to stay for a pay cut. We picked up him instead. Smart move. Harrison Phillips plays within the defense. I already talked to him in my last video. I won't go into a whole lot. But he plays, he's got leverage, intelligence, work ethic, high motor, great teammate, leader. All of those describe Harrison Phillips. They talked about bringing in people, good solid character people. And you know what? Jonathan Bullard, haven't heard him talk, so I can't really say much about him. But has been in the league, man. But Shannnn Sullivan, I can say is. Jordan Hicks, I can say is. Harrison Phillips, I can say, are high character players. And the main guy, the main man that has a bone to pick with the Packers, he said they treated him bad when he got hurt. They didn't even want to ask him. They didn't even say, hi, man, how's it back? How's it going? How are you coming back? How's it going? He didn't say it. He said they treated him bad. It's now all over the internet. I don't know how many videos were done of it, but I wanted to take the angle of how we fix this defense and how we're going to be motivated. Pettine, Shannnn Sullivan, and Darius Smith. Darius Smith is here because we picked up Pettine. Pettine changed his career when he went to the Packers. He made him a pass rusher. He molded him into a pass rusher, and he gives Pettine credit for it. And because the Packers fired Pettine, we now have Shannnn Sullivan filling our nickel, which was horrible last year. Horrible position for us with Mackenzie Alexander. And we've now just motivated our defense, just made it dynamic. Another pass rusher along with Danielle Hunter. It's a Darius Smith, man. These two guys were the two best pass rushers in the NFC, maybe even the league that year. That they were both like 3 years ago together. There's like 20 some sacks together, 27 sacks together, I think it was. 26 or 27. That, my friends, is we're going to defend the run, and we got Darius Smith and Danielle Hunter coming off the edge. and we got all those other guys defending the run. This is how Kewsi Adofo-Mensah fix this defense in 1 year. In 1 year, and my guess it'll even be better next year. 2 years underneath the system. I give Kewsi Adofo-Mensah props for surrounding Kevin O'Connell with good coaches and now giving him a defense so this offense can win us some games. They don't have to score 40 to win games, man, because this defense is going to be repaired. It's going to play at a high level. And our training wheels are off the offense now. The Minnesota Vikings in 3 days are going to be fun to freaking watch. I love it. This is Skull World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook, Skull World. Now, make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. My rules of my contest are in the description below. Win this money. I want to give it to somebody. I want to pick a name out of a hat. And I want 10, 20 people in that hat from the episode I picked. Right now, some of them only have like one person. You can submit your name. You can say Skull, whatever, on any comment. As long as you're subscribed, you can be entering the contest. I had one guy went back to all 122 now shows and commented. He's got a better chance of winning because he's done that. Go do that. Go comment on any one of these. Gets their entries, man. I want to give that money to you. I'm looking at you guys. I'm out. Skull Vikings. See you next time. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Skull Vikes.